Everybody has his own time to shine. If you find anybody who has succeeded in life, check it.
There was some other person he celebrated.
But it should be, find the good in people
and ignore the bad in them.
People who don't see any good thing in others are murderers. We should learn to celebrate good people. There are many of them.
Positive and negative trademarks. Positive and negative trademarks. My text is drawn from Genesis chapter 19, from verse 30 to 38. Trademark is something that identifies a particular company's product. It is a distinguishing characteristic or a feature family associated with a person or a thing, a feature, something for which you are known. Sodom was overthrown, and that situation displaced Lot. He and his 2 daughters escaped, and they traveled as far as the mountains beyond Zoar. They actually ended up on a no man's land. They couldn't find a single soul where they went to. Lot's older daughter quickly identified a serious problem, and that was the problem of isolation. And she started thinking, how do we solve this problem? And it occurred to her that they needed to populate the area and start new communities, herself and the sister. But then another problem presented itself. Are they going to conceive themselves to be able to bear children who will multiply and increase? And out of that, communities are developed up there in the mountains. And when they looked around them, no man except their father. And that was when the first daughter decided, well, our daddy is a man. Unfortunately, he will have to do this job. So she told the younger daughter, I'm going to make our father drunk this night, and I will go into him. And I will sleep with him, so that by him, I will raise, at least I will get a child. Verse 33 says, so they made their father drink wine that night. And the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he did not know when she lay down or when she arose. Verse 35 reports that the following night, the second daughter saw it as her turn. She also had a go, and it was successful. Then I started to wonder, how did they know that it will work? How will a drunk man know what to do with a woman in bed? How? Because wine turns you into a stupor. So how did they figure out that this will happen? They had established that their father had a serious trademark when it comes to drinking and getting drunk. And I seem to believe that in previous times, Lot may have gotten drunk And the propensity will always drive him to attempt to rape his own daughters while drunk. If he had tried it in the past, what stops him now from doing it when he is allowed to? And so he was made drunk, and when the first one got into bed with him, the man performed seriously. Your trademark can make you very, very predictable. A woman goes to the village and brings a 12-year-old girl as a housemaid. And all the neighbors start lamenting among themselves. Oh, this 12-year-old girl. The husband of this lady will soon start to abuse her sexually. And you think they are joking. And within a short time, this little girl is whispering to other friends what the man she calls daddy has been doing. Because this man has a serious trademark. Cannot see anything in skirt and hold himself. Your son goes out and gets a new friend. And people who know this new friend begin to whisper, this boy doesn't know who he brought into their family. Any place this boy is found, something is missing. And before long, you see things missing here and there. Rebecca's daughter, second daughter, is rotten. And is also a rambunctious kind of girl. And people begin to speculate. This girl will soon get pregnant. Her proclivity tends towards this. And before you know it, this girl is pregnant. What is happening here? Have they become fortune tellers? No. Whatever you do becomes your trademark. People know you for that. And when it is established, anybody can predict, and it will happen exactly that way. Judah, the fourth son of Jacob, had a serious trademark. And he is tended towards prostitutes. The first son of Judah got married to a lady called Tamar. And because of his own wickedness, the Lord slew him, and he died. Then the second one, according to the custom, was to perform the duty of a kinsman redeemer. And Jacob endorsed it. And the Bible said this young man started another type of wickedness. He wanted to enjoy this lady, but didn't want to raise any seed for her. So when they start conjugating, the Bible says he will spill it on the ground. And God saw it and felt, well, this is wickedness. Why do you want to enjoy her body? And the reason for which you inherited her is not performed. And God killed Onan, second son of Jacob. So Tamar became the widow of these two late sons of Jacob. And Jacob became scared, superstitious. The first one took this woman and he died. Second one died. Perhaps the spirit of witchcraft is working here. He didn't want to be frank about it. And he told Tamar, you see, my third son is still tender. We need to give him time to mature a bit more. So please return to your parents. As soon as he is fully mature, we'll bring you back so that you can come and marry him. But he was being deceitful, and Tamar knew it. And she decided, I'm going to punish you. And I know where to get you. And the Bible said that Judah was going to shear his sheep. And she knew where it was going to happen. She knew the route he was going to take. Maybe she just rented an apartment that was by the roadside where Judah must pass through. Prostitutes were so obvious because of the way they dressed and had their face covered. And Tamar dressed exactly as a prostitute would dress, sat in front of the house when she knew the man is approaching. And as she predicted, Judah caught sight of her. Because Judah will never see any prostitute and pass. His whole body started shaking. Hi, baby. How now? And the Bible says he went in. He didn't even check his pocket whether he had the money or not. There was urgency. Because what was driving him was driving him. He went in, laid with her, finally searched his pocket, no money. Hey, what am I going to do? You know what, young woman? I am going to shear my sheep, and when I get there and start, I will send you a kid goat, one young goat. That will be the price. Okay? Well, you can't just go like that. There must be a collateral. What are you depositing? And Judah gave his signet ring and his staff. Hold it as collateral. By the hand of my friend, I am sending you a kid goat. And he left. Tamar disappeared with the signet ring and with the staff. When the kid goat arrived, there was no prostitute. And the friends started querying people. There was a prostitute that was practicing here. We saw her. They said, we don't know what you're talking about. They described, no. We've never had a prostitute in this community. Can you imagine this old man carrying goat and going about? And returned to Judah. My friend, I don't know what is happening. Everybody within the community said that no prostitute had ever existed here. Judah said, what is happening? Please return my goat. She can have the staff or my staff and my signet ring. If she's going to cook it and eat, let her do so. Tamar timed the father-in-law very well. And that one go resulted into pregnancy. Tummy started to grow. Report went to this man, Judah. Your daughter-in-law has played the harlot. Judah said, now, I've caught her. You know, when people want to destroy you, they look for what to use to destroy you. This is the thing. The plan has worked. You must bring her when it is established she's pregnant, and you know the custom, we will stone her to death. And when they arrived, Tamar said, actually, I am pregnant. But you have a question to ask my father-in-law. Who owns this staff? And who owns this signet ring? It is by the owner's hand that I am pregnant. Go show him. And they brought those things, brandished them before Judah, and Judah said, wow, she is more righteous than me. I know what game she played. Now, this is the question. How did Tamar know that this thing will work? If you like, place prostitutes from Jericho to Jerusalem, and I'm passing there, they won't get me. It is not my style. I don't have any business with them. But this young woman knew that Baba is sick when it comes to prostitutes. And so he was caught. He was such a notorious man when it comes to patronizing prostitutes. Your pattern of behavior tells people who you really are. It gives people your roadmap. They know the route you will follow. It places a tag on you. And they know exactly the corner where they should place the trap. And it must catch you because you are known for this. Jesus was anointed 2 times, according to a biblical account, with alabaster fragrance oil. The first time, as recorded in Matthew 26:8, as soon as the box of alabaster was broken and Jesus was anointed, all the disciples got angry. The Bible said they were indignant. In the purse there is no money. We are starving. Instead of this thing to be sold so that we have a little money in our central purse, they broke this thing and they were indignant. But there was no name calling. Nobody was called a name. In John 12:4-6, we have another account of Jesus being anointed by Mary, the sister of Lazarus. In verse 6, it reads, because immediately Jesus was anointed, Judas started complaining. Why this waste? We ought to sell this thing and use the money to assist the poor and this and that. And the Bible said, this he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief. The first time when people complained, nobody was called a thief. But this time it was Judas, and it was mentioned he did this because he was a thief. 6b says he had the money box, and he used to take what was put in it. It was not said that Judas was an armed robber. It doesn't take only big character issues to fetch you a bad name. It may not be something big. Judas wasn't taking everything in the purse he was holding. My children used to call what Judas did tapping. And they said, Dad, it is not stealing, it is only tapping. About 2 years ago, my son Nat was just telling me, he said, Dad, you buy a carton of malt, you keep it in your bedroom. You will never drink it. It's only when visitors come, you tell us, go bring 2 or 3 bottles. So we wait until when it had gone far, you won't remember. He said, one day, Dad, I was wearing this kaftan with big 2 pockets. And I walked into your bedroom, picked 2 bottles, put one here, put one here. I put my hand inside. As I was coming out, both of us jammed at the door. And I said something funny and you laughed. You didn't know I have tapped them out. Tapping. Tapping. That was exactly what Judas was doing, tapping. Not really stealing. Let's say they had 100 naira, 50 kobo in their purse. You know, in those days, they didn't count money in volumes. 100 naira can help you marry. Somebody is saying, look, when I went to marry my wife, I went with only 400 naira. 400. You completed it. Now you carry papers, you think you are carrying money. It's nothing. So let's say they had 100 naira, 50 kobo in the purse. Judas would take only 10 kobo out of the 100 naira, 50 kobo, leaving 100 naira, 40 kobo. And he's going to use it for something that is legitimate. to walk on his sandal. The strap broke. But Judas, you need to mention it to the master. Sir, can I have 10 kobo from the purse to fix my sandal? I'm sure Jesus would say, yes, go ahead. But Judas started taking it, perhaps for legitimate reason. When you start diverting funds not your own, very soon it becomes habit. The next thing is you acquire a tag. But the most worrisome aspect is that a habit is gradually formed. When a pattern of behavior is repeated frequently, it becomes impressed on your neural pathway or your brain. And when it is fixed there, there is a problem. That is when behavior becomes a habit. What follows is unintentionality. You no more plan to do it, it just comes naturally. And that thing that follows is uncontrollability. You can't control yourself. You don't have need for that thing you are taking then, because no intention, you don't have need of it, but because it has become a habit, you just do it. There was a boy suffering from a very serious psychological problem. This was when we were still in New Combat. And he needed to be prayed for. He started confessing. He said, look, sometimes what pushes me just tells me to steal something. Even if I don't have need of it, I will steal it and go somewhere to throw it away. Something is established there, and she's just doing it because it has become a habit. And habits grow. I know a man whose son went to the university, studied pharmacy, and was good at what he did. This boy gradually started taking heavy drugs. When we get back there, where our children are, we go to my son's pharmacy shop every Friday to help. And I see some ibuprofen tablets. And I'm saying, boy, you mean this thing is ibuprofen? He said, yeah, Dad. 800 milligrams and more. And people are coming and buying this thing. Of course, doctor must prescribe it. You can't go over the counter and get it. And he said, Dad, most of the people buying this thing, they are addicted to it. They just pour it into their mouth like groundnut and chew. They can't stay without it. And that was how this young boy started. And what he was taking finally damaged his kidney. Ibuprofen can be very, very dangerous to your kidney and some other drugs. By the time he was getting out of hand, his license was seized. A pharmacist became ordinary person. Was just sitting at home, and your parents are now taking care of you. That young boy died last year. A pharmacist, below the age of 30, with prospects. And he died. A distant relative. And some of my in-laws had to go for the burial. And I was telling myself, what a waste. Apostle Judas unconsciously becomes a thief because of tapping, trademark, habit. What people know about you can move your life forward. What they know about you can also put your life on hold. This is because any trademark you acquire becomes part of your credential. King Saul wanted a man who could play the harp very well. Listen to the recommendation given by somebody. 1 Samuel 16:18, New Living Translation. One of Jesse's sons from Bethlehem is a talented harp player. Talented harp player. First qualification. Not only that, he is a brave warrior. Number 2 qualification. He doesn't only play harp, he is a warrior. Why? He had killed a lion and killed a bear as a shepherd boy. And when you do that, community gives you recognition. The lion killer. And he has good judgment.
We hope this message has inspired you. Thank you for watching. To order for this message, please call 080-3641-2443. God bless you.